I have been struggling. This semester was a blow to a lot of my confidence, just like happiness. It was like not good. But you see the true me come out when I do this podcast, and that is a great blessing to me, of course. But I want to talk about three things I'm genuinely excited about, maybe for future Dallin who's having a rough time, or for anybody who needs to hear something that someone else is excited about. For me, when I hear what people are interested in doing and what they want to do and them going after their dreams, it makes me want to go after my own more. And so, yeah, let's just jump right into it. I'm talking about people, creating, and travel. We'll be doing it in that order. As always, if the podcast is helpful for you with building, building your best. Yeah, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Yeah, if it helps you with building your best life and helping you take care of yourself, then hit that follow button. I mean, I'm struggling with this stuff right now, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep growing. And that's honestly what a lot of life is about. So we'll just we'll just jump right into it. If you're into that, definitely hit the follow button, and we'll catch you in later episodes. Look forward to having you on the. We'd love to have you aboard. And with that, also, we'd love to have you on board. And with that said, let's just jump right into it. With that all said, we'll just jump right into it. With that all said, we'll just jump right into it. People are amazing. Today, I was so reminded of how I've been so starved of a lot of varied interactions because I love BYU Idaho's campus, but lately the conversations. Um, so today I got to fly from school, well, from Utah back home. So today I got to fly. People are amazing. I got to fly back home today from Utah, and it was super, super good just to see all these people I've never met before going in completely different directions that I may never talk to again. All of them in completely different parts of their life than mine. I think that was just so fascinating to me. Like a lot of times at college, I'm talking to people going through similar stuff, which is nice, but for me, I mostly am seeing how people are handling it better than I am. Like that's kind of how I'm seeing it, or how they have more time than me, et cetera, et cetera. But going to the airport, I saw this dude who just came back from serving a mission, to these people that were just about to go on a mission, to this really old lady in a wheelchair, to this other guy who was just helping out there at the airport, and everything in between. This guy going to visit his granddaughter in Arizona, or grandparent. Well, this guy going to visit his daughter in Arizona. There's just such this amazing just bounty of people I could talk to at the airport, and I did not stop for anything. I was talking to everybody. Like even before, like literally, I didn't think I was gonna do this, but I just kind of went and did it. My flight had like 40 minutes left when me and my brother James got to our gate, and I was talking with people up to like 10 minutes before we needed to board. And I just love people. I just love talking to people, and when I get to talk to people and understand more where they're coming from, it brings me a lot of joy. It brings me a lot of peace, and it helps me remember that God is aware of all of us. We're all just kind of going through our own lives. We're all trying to do the best we can. And people is for me, meeting new people is so exciting because there's potential friendships, potential collaborations. I met this guy today named Leota, and he's gonna get into real estate, and he hadn't heard of LinkedIn, so I hooked him up, and he said he'd be down to jump on the podcast sometime. So that's super cool, super duper cool stuff. And you wouldn't have that happen if I wasn't, and that wouldn't those experiences wouldn't happen if I wasn't going out and talking to people. So no matter what, So regardless of how I'm feeling, I am pretty fearless. If I really want to talk to somebody, I'll just go up and talk to them, and that's a really good trait to have because, and I'm thankful that I've developed that habit and desire to do that early, because I'm sure that's going to help out a ton in the future. Just people that if I want to collaborate them with, if I want to collaborate with them, if I want to have different opportunities, you need to put yourself out there and reach out to the people that are one step ahead of you in getting to that thing, or that have keys to the kingdom, so to speak, and that can open doors for you. It's amazing. And you just never know. You just never know where people are going to be. I talked with multiple people today from completely different backgrounds and stuff of life, and it was it was so exciting. So no matter what, like in the future, I'm just excited to meet more people. I'm just excited to meet more people and be able to reach out to more people and make more friendships. The next thing I wanted to talk about briefly is creating. I feel such a great joy from being able to create things, whether it's podcast episodes, whether it's poetry, whether it's video game music, whatever it is. I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed to live in a time where creation tools oppor- for making so much like good stuff is so easy to do. Think of like 30 years ago when the only cameras were like those giant ones, and it was like near impossible to make it into a videotape. And then like we just didn't have that kind of technology that we have now back then. And so it's really awesome, and I look forward to making more content and continuing to improve and being able to help out others. For now, I just have my Dallin Canlin YouTube channel and the Yield Today podcast YouTube channel, but I do plan to really start blowing those up and just doing a bunch of creation and trying out a lot of different things, because when you create something, you get to tap into a part of yourself that isn't really being represented yet, or that hasn't been shared yet, and that's a really fulfilling thing to be able to do. I think of those people that creation is their life. That's what they do, is they create art or they create YouTube videos or something. There's something that they really enjoy about the creation process that makes them want to keep doing it over and over again. And that's something that I've certainly felt, not really experiencing it a ton right now. I feel like I'm getting like just a tiny dose of the creation thing, but creation is so exciting to me. Being able to reach so many people, being able to co-create with other people by like podcast episodes, or doing music creation, or doing YouTube videos or whatever. It's just such a joy to be able to create something that can make a difference in the world. And when I have really rough times, there's so much good to create from that. And so I really try to keep my ears and heart open when I'm going through rough times like right now, because there's so many good things that I can learn from this moment that I might miss out on if I'm not paying attention for when it's over. The last thing I wanted to talk about briefly was travel. And this is something that I've kind of gone back and forth on. Like, I do enjoy being at home and enjoying just time with family and friends and stuff, but I also really enjoy going on a good adventure. Going on that plane today was really fun, and I also got to visit my old high school today, and I got to go in the old locker room that I used to be a part of with the basketball managing thing. It still smelled the exact same as I remember it, and I was like, how amazing is that? It was just so special to like go back in time a little bit, and to have that sense so powerful. And like also seeing, I got to go in the gym that I used to spend hours and hours, whether it was exercising with the team or filming games or whatever. just so fulfilling to be able to travel there. But there's all these other places that I want to travel to and leave my mark. So when I look at a picture of that place, I'm like, oh yeah, I've been there, and it'll teleport me there. It'll teleport me to that moment. Kind of like Mario going in the paintings in the castle in Super Mario 64. You just have those experiences that you can go back to and remember, like, yes, I've been there. It's not just a painting on a wall. That is a experience, that is a world I have lived in, and that is something I want to give to myself really badly, is travel. Being able to go beyond where I've ever been before, and being able to meet so many people, so many different experiences, and just try so many different things that I wouldn't be able to try here in the States. And even though I haven't really been able to satisfy that travel bug yet, it is something I am very excited to go after. And believe me, I am going to go after it. So, with that all said, I mean, this episode was kind of quickly out there. Um, So, with that all said, I hope this episode gave you a thought or reminded you of something that you're excited about. Maybe it's something in the future that you won't be able to do for a little bit, but something that you're looking forward to. I'd encourage you to write down why you're excited about that thing. And if it's something that you can do right now, like maybe take the next step to help you make that happen. For me with this podcast, it's often just been create the next episode, and that helps you get ready for the next one. Same thing with interviews. Every single one is a stepping stone to help you get where you want to be. And it can be really difficult at times, but overall, you just kind of have to keep going when things are difficult, and obviously take a breather, learn from each day, and being willing to take those breaks is everything, and knowing your limits. But if you are able to kind of have a good grasp of those things and do those things that you're passionate about, that you really want to do, that you're excited about, that excitement's only going to grow. It's only going to get bigger, because whatever you focus on is going to grow. And so if you focus on those things that excite you, you're going to get more excited about it. And I mean, if you have different like mental health struggles and stuff, I mean, there might be some things there, but whatever you are scared of or whatever you really want to do, I'd encourage you to go after it, because you will, for one, you won't have to think about it anymore. You can be like, oh yeah, I've done that. I've gone through that painting. I've gone through that place. And you can move on to the next one. But you can also have those experiences, and you can just, you can take whatever you need to take. You can grow from that experience and be in a different spot than you are right now. And that travel, it doesn't even have to be to a different country. I mean, it could be just a local museum or a place to go hammock. I mean, anything like that can be super powerful for grounding you and helping you to have an overall better understanding of yourself and just enjoying it. It's always the little things. It's really not so much about the extravagant big things, it's about the little things and enjoying those. So, with that all said, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you. I will be home for a pretty good amount of time until the next semester starts, so I plan on catching up with the podcast, but we'll see what happens. Overall, I'm very thankful for how I've been able to go from the podcast and all of the support I've gotten from it. It really does mean a lot. So, thank you as always, and don't forget to heal today. It'll be a better tomorrow.